Hey everybody, welcome back to the Dominican Route. Today I'm giving you guys some great information. 5 tips when looking for an apartment or a house in the Dominican Republic. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss this. But before we get started, make sure you tell people about the channel. You guys hit that like button, hit that notification bell, tell people to subscribe. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Let's get started. A lot of times you can pay attention to what some of these YouTubers are trying to tell you. I really want you to listen very closely when it comes to these tips I'm about to give you. We assume so many things in the United States, but in the Dominican Republic, you cannot assume anything when it's time to rent a house or purchase a house or rent an apartment. And the first one is, and it's probably one of the most important for a lot of people, is noise restrictions. What type of noise restrictions do they have, or do they have any type of codes or any rules or any laws when it comes down to noise restrictions in the Dominican Republic? The answer is yes and no. It just depends where you are. So I'm in San Cristobal, and they have areas in San Cristobal that are gated, and they don't play about the noise and playing loud music at certain times. But a lot of places, including the house that I'm living in, you can hear music at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And some people say that's just normal. That is not normal in certain areas. So if you go to certain ritzy areas or certain suburban areas in the Dominican Republic, or certain places in Punta Cana or Puerto Plata or Sosua, they are really strict when it comes down to noise. So yes, a large percent of the Dominican Republic, they play music a lot. They play music 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, but that is not everywhere. So I had to learn that. That is probably one of my pet peeves living in San Cristobal and in the location I'm in, that the noise restriction, they don't have any type of noise restriction. I can't go knock on the door and say, hey, can y'all turn that music down for me? That ain't gonna work. Shit.
You know I wouldn't trip.
What bike?
The beach cruiser. The one I let you use a couple of weeks ago. The one I've been asking you about.
That ain't gonna fly. So I'm thinking about relocating very soon, but my neighbors are awesome. I know I'm jumping off track a little bit, but my neighbors are awesome. The people are beautiful in my neighborhood. I have great neighbors. That's probably one of the biggest things that has me like looking to relocate. That's number 1. Boom, noise restriction. You better look into that. All right, number 2, convenience. It's really big. A lot of people that are expats here, they don't have like cars that they bought. A lot of them don't, for whatever reason. They might not be able to afford it, or the driving is crazy in the Dominican Republic. So for whatever reason, a lot of expats do not have cars. So you want to be close to certain places. You want to be close to the supermarket. You want to be close to the hospital. You want to be close to an area where you can go exercise. You want to be close to a lot of different things. So you really have to look at the convenience and the location and how close are certain things. You definitely don't want to be taking an Uber all the time. You definitely don't want to be renting a car all the time, because that gets very pricey. And a lot of people don't like taking motorcycle taxis and stuff. So, you know, it's okay to do those things. But as far as convenience, when it comes down to, hey, going to the pharmacy or going different places, you really want convenience. So really pay attention when it comes down to transportation or getting from point A to point B, because that is huge when it comes to being in the Dominican Republic. And I have learned that. I don't have a problem getting on a moto or motorcycle taxi. I just don't like doing it all the time. Number 1, it's dangerous. And number 2, you can't carry a whole bunch of bags and things like that on a motorcycle taxi. But I'm really looking into purchasing a car or leasing a car. So we will see. But that's number 2. That's very important. Look at your location. Try to find out where everything is, because just because you're paying $350 for a 3-bedroom, 1 bath, a beautiful place. Look at the location and where is La Serena? Where is Jumbo? Where's the closest Comado? Where is the hospital? You really want to pay attention to those things, especially being an expat in the Dominican Republic. Let's go to number 3. Number 3, I'm going to put these two together, but you really want to look at this. Hot water and water pressure. That is huge. That is huge. I have the first apartment I stayed in when I got here, the water pressure was horrible. Horrible. It was horrible. So make sure you check out the water pressure. You test it out when they're showing you around the house, or you ask them about the water pressure, but at the same time, ask them about the hot water. So a lot of places in the Dominican Republic do not have hot water, especially the areas that are not like the tourist areas. So you really have to ask that. And then, you can eventually, I end up getting a hot water component or heater, or whatever you want to call it. And you can purchase one of those. Just don't assume that you have hot water. This ain't the United States. That's number 3. All right, number 4, the hustle and bustle of the Dominican Republic. You got hustle and bustle in the United States also, like in the Bronx or Brooklyn or downtown Dallas, Texas, or Atlanta, Georgia. But you don't want to be in the mix of that all the time. So you might want to look at the location. You want to look at, hey, am I close to a lot of jobs? Am I close to a lot of motorcycles? You really have to pay attention to motorcycles. When you see a lot of motorcycles in the area, that means it's a lot of hustle and bustle. People are going back and forth to work, and I'm not knocking that. I love Dominican people. I love what they're doing. They are very hard workers. But if you are purchasing a house or an apartment or leasing something and you see a lot of motorcycles around, you really might need to reconsider and think about, hey, do I really want to live in this area? And it's nothing wrong with living in an area like that, but the hustle and bustle, the everyday living in the Dominican Republic, you might not want to be a part of that. When you see a lot of motorcycles, it might be a red flag. Number 5. All right, number 5. Last but not least, number 5. I talked about this initially in 5 things I dislike about the Dominican Republic, but this is huge. Lights. Your lights can just go out. So it just depends on where you're located. Of course, you can get backup generators and all of that stuff, but some areas have, I think they call it 24-hour lights, and some areas don't. And some areas have outages every single day. Some areas don't have outages for weeks and weeks at a time. Some have none. So you really have to look at the location. You might find a very good, beautiful apartment. If the electricity is going out all the time, that's a big downer. That's a big downer, especially if you got the air conditioning going, if you have the fan going, or whatever it is. So pay attention, ask questions, ask the neighbors, say, hey, does the electricity go out often here? What's often? Is it once a week? Is it twice a week? Is it once a month? Should I invest in a backup generator? Ask those things. And some homes already have these backup generators. So lights. You don't want to be without lights in the Dominican Republic, especially if your fan goes out and you don't have any type of backup generator and it's like 1 o'clock in the daytime. Yeah. That heat is coming for you, but you got that breeze, you got that circulation of that fan is all good. But when it comes down to not having electricity in the Dominican Republic, that's something you don't want. I promise. Make sure you guys have a great internet area where Wi-Fi. You don't have any problems with Wi-Fi, or you don't hear about any major problems. And a lot of times, look at these boxes outside. Look at these power lines. These power lines in the Dominican Republic, if they all jumbled, all tangled up, and looks like a bad weave job or something like that, don't. That's a good sign. Or rent a house in that area. So Did I say bad weave job? So those are my 5 tips plus 1 bonus tip. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If I can help anybody out in any type of way, just reach out to me. Comment below and reach out to me, and I'll try to get back with you. Some of these tips I could have avoided, because if I would have lived in Puerto Plata or Punta Cana or certain areas, I could have avoided that. But I wanted to move closer to all my friends that I play baseball with, so I moved to San Cristobal. I love San Cristobal, but I think I'm kind of outgrowing it. And so just pay attention to your surroundings. You know, what is on your list? What do you really want? If noise restriction is big, you know, you might want to look at certain areas in the Dominican Republic and say, hey, this area is quiet. I really like it. It's not right by the beach, but it's not very noisy. So you want to put all those things into play when you are looking for an apartment or a house in the Dominican Republic to lease or to buy. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. God bless. Make peace be still. Thanks for being a part of the Dominican route. Peace.